Good afternoon. My name is Cedric Evans, and I would like to welcome you to my presentation for my research paper on Does the Lack of Teamwork Yield Negative Results? And this presentation is for my Communications 622 class. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a team is defined as a group that works in order to achieve certain goals. There are various types of team, and whether it is realized or not, working as a team is something that is performed every day. For example, an individual that enjoys watching sports or observing a group of players, they are engaging in team activities. Another example of teamwork is when a surgeon asks one of the assistants to hand him or her a instrument to make an incision, and therefore they are displaying teamwork. Even if a person has a job where they work alone, teamwork is still being carried out to some extent. For instance, if someone drives trucks for a living, they still have to communicate with the dispatchers to tell them where to drop a load off or where to pick a load off, and they're using teamwork to achieve their goals. Research also explains that teamwork as something called groupthink, which describes teamwork in the small groups. Griffin and Moorhead 2013 listed different phases of teams, and research shows that there are 5 phases regarding teams. The first phase is startup, and during this particular phase, the members of the group are picked or selected in an order that will help them be successful. The second phase listed is reality and unrest. During this particular phase, this is where frustration is reported. The members of the team often report being confused. This part of the implementation process does not happen initially, but it usually takes place 6 to 9 months after the selection process known as phase 1. Phase 3 is the part of teamwork or phase of teamwork where leaders are picked. After the frustration reported from phase 2, leaders begin to emerge, and the focus is for a single leader to be identified by the members of the groups. One other major component of this phase is the members of the team coming into their own and starting to realize their own identity. The next phase, which is phase 4, is called tightly formed teams. According to Griffin and Moorhead 2013, during this phase of implementation, teams become tightly formed to the point that their internal focus can be detrimental to the other teams and the organization as a whole. And these are usually the groups who have great confidence in themselves, and they think that there is nothing they cannot do. The fifth and final stage is self-managing teams. This stage is the end result of the month to even years of planning and implementation of the goals of teams. During this phase, the once immature members of the teams are now mature, and the members of the teams are taking responsibility for the different functions of the teams. The members of the teams are also more likely to be accepting of the new ideas that are brought to their attention, and the team members are more willing to make necessary changes to benefit the production of the teams. There are many forms of teamwork, like I once said, and Glenda P. 2013 expressed in her article that one of the best things that nurses can do to work is be on a team. The article did inform that teamwork approach is both inadequate and inconsistent. In the area of teamwork, the thing that is most difficult is communication. When nurses learn how to be better team members, there is usually a more positive effect on the patients that are in their care. Fitzgerald and Thielenheimer explained in 2013 in an article that teachers in Head Start programs could do better with professional development when they work as teams. The professional development was split into 4 separate categories: The categories were understanding of teacher trajectories, how teachers refer to one another, frequency and quality of communication, and the last is the evidence of shared philosophy. Teamwork did not work well in quality of communication, and last is the evidence of shared philosophy. Teamwork did well in programs that had purposely built relationships among staff and opportunities for a community. The development of shared philosophy and the philosophy of being known and feeling known by colleagues and supervisors. Carver and Stickley even expressed that there is a lot of information recorded about how much students do not like teamwork, especially when the team members lack experience in the areas they work in. One skill that members of the teams examined was that many new employers seek those that they want to hire so they can work effectively in team environments. There are many benefits in teamwork. People get along better, and people are more productive and efficient in a work setting. You know, this is a well-researched topic that I did my presentation on. You know, Teamwork, just if you watch a game and the team is not in sync, 9 times out of 10 the team will fail. If you're at your job and the teams that you're a part of are not on one accord, things will go wrong. It'll be a lot of disdain. It'll be dissension in the room. You know, Teamwork is very important. And like I said, teamwork is important in many occupational areas. There even was a study conducted that helped readers to understand the different skills that were most beneficial to those who work in teamwork settings. My hypothesis is I predict that a lack of teamwork in almost all environments will have negative outcomes on what happens between the teams. I researched several articles, and the information that I found is pretty much the same. When there is a lack of teamwork, there is less productivity, there is less efficiency, and there is lower worker morale. And if there was one thing that I could suggest, I would study the positive effects of teamwork. Mainly what I'm looking at is negative effects of teamwork. In my conclusion, my hypothesis is correct. There is a lack of teamwork, and when there is a lack of teamwork, there's a lot of negativity. There's less benefits given to the consumers and the people conducting the work. In conclusion, lack of teamwork in almost all situations does yield negative results. Thank you.